Blog Talk Radio.
The number one podcast for plus-size women. I'm your host, Shanice Lewis, coming to you live from Los Angeles. Today is Monday, April 25th, 2011. Lane Bryant and Plus Model Magazine have teamed up to bring awareness to the plus-size community about multiple sclerosis. Walk MS will take place Saturday, April 30th, 2011, and Plus Model Magazine has a registered team you can join and to participate. And for more information about the festivities, which is a whole weekend of festivities, let me run down right quick. Friday is the Plus Model Magazine MS fundraising party, the True Sheroes kickoff tour, and it's hosted by Shonda Freeman, and that'll be Friday, April 29th from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. at Pearl Lounge, which is at 155 8th Avenue between 17th and 18th Street, and it's no cover. Cash bar and dinner menu, so definitely go and socialize and network and help out a good cause. Then Saturday is the MS Walk, and it starts at 8 a.m. in the morning, and you meet at South Street Seaport, and then afterwards you meet at BBQs for lunch and shopping at Lane Bryant on 34th Street at the 34th Street store. And we've talked about the MS Walk on this show for a couple of years now, because this is the third year Plus Model Magazine is participating in the walk, and I've done it before. So if any of you listening and having reservations about walking, don't worry. We stop and take breaks, and it's really fun, and it's a great cause and a great way to bond with some other curvy ladies in the area. So definitely, if you think you can't keep up, don't worry about that. Just go and have fun. And then Sunday is the True Diva Sample Sale and Fashion Show, and that will be 12 noon to 4 p.m. at Pearl Studios at 500 8th Avenue between 35th and 36th Street, room 412, and there's no cover for that as well. So make sure you check out True Diva. The clothing is beautiful, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be a fabulous show. So for more information on how you can participate in any of these activities and more information, visit plusmodelmag.com or go to the blog at plusmodelmag.com. And if you're in Los Angeles, this weekend is the premiere of Fat Bitch, a one-woman show by Erica Watson. And so the Los Angeles premiere is this Friday, April 29th, and it'll be running through May 1st. Now, I'm actually giving away free tickets, so tickets are $15 for sale, but if you don't have $15, just want to try your luck, make sure you go to my blog, ShaniceLewisBlog.com, and leave a comment, and you will win a pair of tickets to this show. So it's a lot going on in the curvy community this weekend on both coasts. And our guest coming up, Nikki B, has an event coming up this weekend, too, which she is going to tell us all about. And Nikki comes from a family of creative people. Her mom is a photographer, her dad is a carpenter, and on both sides are 3 generations of seamstresses. She started sewing Barbie clothes by hand at 6, and 10 years later, her grandmother showed her how to thread the sewing machine. She's been self-taught ever since, And in August of 2008, she did her first sale at a street fair, and Decadent Designs was born. She says of her company, Decadent is a lifestyle brand that places emphasis on quality, originality, and expression. A Decadent lady sets her own trends, and she is the band leader, the innovator, and the fearless risk taker. Let's welcome Nikki to the show. Hi, Nikki. How are you?
Hi, Shanice. Thanks for having me.
Well, welcome back to the show. Now, the last time you appeared on the show, I believe you were just getting your business off the ground. So how are things going with you?
Well, I had a slow winter. I was supposed to, last time we spoke, I was promoting for Redress's Indie Plus fashion show, and
right.
At the last minute, I was unable to show. It was a miscommunication, but it's all love. I love all the girls at Redress. I just took my winter break pretty much to kind of go into hibernation and think about what I wanted to do for the spring. We had a rough winter here in New York. It was really cold. It was really it was just a horrible, messy, cold, snowy winter, and I just kind of took the time to daydream and think about all of the things, the fabulous things that I wanted to wear once it got warmer. So that's what
okay.
I've done.
So you took the time to take a break and you regrouped, and now you're back. So
yes.
For those that didn't hear you the first time on the show, let's just go through the basis of what your clothing line is about. Now, what is the size range of the clothing that you carry?
My clothes, I carry sizes 14 to 24. I also do custom work. A lot of my work is custom, but I mostly cater to the plus-size demographic only because that's my demographic, and I feel that we're special, and I want to cater to us.
Right.
And my clothes, I guess the only way I can describe my stuff is funky. That's the only way I can describe it is colorful, funky, really offbeat, and very loud.
Loud, so it's lots of bright colors.
Lots of bright colors. This collection has a lot of metallics. I love gold, so there's a lot of gold metallics, and it's very, I can't describe any other way, it's very bright. And I drew a lot of my inspiration for this collection from my West Indian roots. My father's side is Jamaican, and I'm very much into dancehall reggae culture, and it's very flashy, and it's very in your face. So this collection is not anything that you can wear to the church picnic, to the company. It's nothing like that. Not to the company.
So this is diva wear for divas.
Oh, it's diva all the way. It's the epitome of diva. It's if you need to make sure you have the attitude in place before you put it on. It's not even the clothes. You can't just put it on. You gotta get yourself prepared for it. You gotta make sure you're in the right state of mind for it. You know.
So what is the price point of your clothing?
Okay, the price points for this collection are fairly, considerable. I have skirts starting at $40, I have swimsuits starting at $70, and I have dresses starting at $75. So I also have leggings which start at $45. So
I didn't know you had swimsuits. So you have dresses and you have bottoms, tops, swimsuits as well.
Okay. Yes, I have leggings. Now the way I did it is everything is mix and match kind of. I wanted it to be that I didn't want to just make the look. I wanted people to be able to make their own look. So everything is the same materials. The same materials that I use for the swimsuits, I use for the skirts, I use for the leggings. So it's very customizable for yourself. I can style it, but I wanted the customer to feel more in control. That they felt if they didn't want to wear the matching outfit, they can make their own outfit. And the way it is everything was designed with that in mind. So if you want to wear a bathing suit top with a mini skirt, by all means, go right ahead.
Okay, so you sell the swimsuit where it can be worn as a day-to-day item, not just to swim in. No,
of course not. I mean, why should your swimsuit be only used for swimming? That's not fair.
So I know that you had a event scheduled this weekend, as I mentioned earlier, but it's kind of changed since the original plan. I think I saw you post something that it's not a event that you attend anymore.
No, I made it. I originally had a venue, a very nice venue picked, and I was trying to accommodate as many people as I could, and then I realized that I didn't want to feel, I got my start online, and I feel like the only way for me to really give back is to do something that's accessible to everyone. I didn't want it to be about, oh, you got to buy a ticket and come, which would be very nice, but I know that in this thing, it's easy to go online and see things. So if you want, you can go online, and I'm making it so that the show is going to be streamed online, so you can view it online. Anyone can view it. I won't charge for it. I didn't feel that I wanted to just, I wanted to be able to reach as many people as I could. And I feel like online is the best way to do
So
that.
is this online fashion show your independent production, or are you in conjunction with anybody else?
This is an independent production.
Okay, so it's just you and only you, your clothing that's showing.
It's my clothing, and my stylist and my creative director, Elise Loren, she has her own accessories line, and she designed an accessories line just for this line. So there's going to be custom jewelry made, like the jewelry that the models will be wearing is all custom made for the show. So it's kind of like our joint venture. We do a lot of work together, and I just wanted to really focus on the clothes, more than the event itself.
Okay, and your phone is kind of breaking up, so make sure you're in a good place with good reception.
Okay.
So this is an online fashion show, so let's walk through this stuff because everybody is not savvy to know how the online fashion shows work. So tell us how do we are able to see it on the computer?
Okay. I don't have the exact link like in front of me, but it's on my site. My site is decadentindustries.net. The link is there. It's a Ustream. We're doing it through Ustream, which is a site that allows us to broadcast live. So it'll be Ustream TV / I believe Decadent Design. And I don't have any videos there, so it'll be the only video that's showing. The show is going to start on Saturday, April 30th at 7 p.m. At 7 p.m., you can go online to the site, to the link provided. If you go on my site, it'll be there, and you'll just click on the video, and everything will show. If you can't watch it that night, it'll be available the next day. It won't be a very long show, 15, 20 minutes. Just the basic points, and that's it. You don't need to sign it anywhere. You don't need to put any password. You don't need to pay for anything. It's there. It's all going to be there.
And if you, like you said, if you don't catch it live, then you can catch it in the archives at your convenience.
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
So, have you selected all the models to participate in this fashion show?
Yes, I have. I'm so excited because I actually selected the models before I even made the clothes. Like, I wanted to see my models, and I wanted to get inspired by them. So I have 8 models. They're all different sizes, different shapes. I remember the last time that we spoke, one of my main concerns was trying to dress different shapes instead of the typical hourglass shape. And I think that with the girls that I selected, I think everyone will be really pleased because I have a lot of diversity and racial diversity, skin tone, height, weight. Everybody is so different, and I wanted it that way. I wanted it to be that it's not about just being a certain shape or a certain size, Even though we're all plus size, we all know that, if you're not hourglass shape, some people have a problem with that. And I'm not one of those people. I wanted to really embrace different shapes. So I found 8 very gorgeous models. Some of them, some girls are fresh. They never modeled before. And some you might have seen in a few places. And I'm trying to think. I'm really excited. I'm really, really excited.
So the clothing that'll be in this fashion show, is it already for sale on your website, or will it be for sale immediately after the show is over?
I'm hoping that it'll be available immediately after the show is over. If not, the very same day, possibly a Sunday or Monday, because the show's on a Saturday, and I don't want to overwhelm myself, but I do want the clothes to be available. I'm a little nervous if I put it up now, I won't have anything for the models to walk in on Saturday.
Oh, you think it's gonna sell that fast?
I'm not trying to be cocky or anything. I'm just nervous. I'm like, oh gosh, if I do sell something and the models don't have anything to wear, I just wanted to make sure. I wanted to make sure that the models got their shine. I was able to get my pictures and my show and everything in. And there's a few people that said they wanted things, and I'm like, well, I don't want to promise anybody anything before it's time. So after the show, things will be available on my site. If not the same night, the next day, but definitely things will be available.
And so I know you said you already have the models for this event this weekend, but are you ever looking for more models for other fashion shows and photo shoots that the listeners can submit for?
Of course. I'm always looking for models, and I'm actually looking for girls to do some promotions with me. So if anybody is interested, shameless self-promotion right now, but if anyone is interested and they would love, they live in the New York City area, between the size 14 and 24, over the age of 18, and just have that confidence and that passion for modeling, send me an email, be.decadent@gmail.com, and we can work something out.
Now, besides this fashion show, do you have anything else coming up that we should know about?
Well, I will be participating in the 2011 Tour de Cure. The Tour de Cure is a bike ride for diabetes that raises awareness for diabetes and prevention and cures. I've been touched. Like a lot of women in my family are diabetic, including my mom. And on June 5th, I'm going to be riding in solidarity of my mom and my grandmom and other members of my family. So I put a video on YouTube on my page, and I'm just taking donations and, trying to build awareness for that, because I think that's something that's very important to me. And I know as far as in the plus-size community, health is something that is very important to all of us. Even, we like to look good, but it's more important to feel good as well. Not just confidence-wise, but like health-wise, like to really feel good. So I'm riding on June 5th. And
so you're riding a bicycle?
Yes, I am. It's a 25-mile route, and I'll be riding with my mom and some of my cousins, and I'm really excited. And, it's the first time I've ever done anything like that. I'm just really excited because it's very touching, and diabetes is something that I don't know not one person that hasn't been touched, either directly or indirectly.
Right, right. Well, that's awesome. And I'll tell you a secret. I don't even know how to ride a bicycle. Isn't that awful?
So no, that's not awful.
So I'm really impressed with you. You're about to do the bicycle marathon. Well, that's awesome. Anything else you got coming up?
No, that's pretty much it. I just didn't really have. I've been having tunnel vision for the past 3 months, just trying to get this show together. So that's like my main focus. And after Saturday, I'll be able to breathe and, I'll think about something. I'm pretty sure there is something. I just can't remember it right now because, the only thing I can think about is the models need to have clothes. That's the only thing I think about.
Right. Well, I'll definitely be tuning in to check out your online fashion show. And tell everybody the website one more time.
DecadentIndustries.net. There'll be a link there to take you to the show. And everything starts on Saturday, April 30th at 7 p.m.
Well, awesome. Well, thanks so much for being on the show, and continued success with everything you have going on.
All right. Thank you, Shanice. Thank you for having me.
No problem. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
And up next on the show is Giselle Grayson. Singer, songwriter, performer, producer, entrepreneur, and spokesmodel, there isn't much Giselle can't do and do exceptionally well. Halo Music and Media Group presents the R&B Barbie, Giselle Grayson, with the release of 3 singles from her first industry album, Addicted. As one of the most sought-after young and emerging R&B artists on the scene, she has opened national arena tours for industry giants, including T.I., Young Jeezy, Lloyd, and Sean Paul, with crowds selling out into the 16,000s. The show were a feast for all senses and earned her rave reviews. Originally from Texas, she has graced the stage with other great artists, including Willie Nelson, John Lee Hooker, and most notably, the legendary B.B. King. Appropriately dubbed the R&B Barbie, she is often compared to Christina Aguilera, Beyonce, and Mary J. Blige. Among Giselle's many accomplishments include VH1's Top 20 Countdown, working with MTV's Taking the Stage, filming a new MTV Network series, Image Girls, starring Popra from I Want to Work for Diddy, as well as upcoming appearances on the Style Network's Ruby. Sweet Southern charm and powerhouse vocals make this young, beautiful girl simply unforgettable. Let's welcome Giselle to the show. How are you?
Hi, darling. How are you?
Wonderful. Thanks so much for being on the show. It's a pleasure to have you on. Now, when did you know that music was something that you wanted to do professionally? Did you grow up singing in the church and in the talent shows?
Well, first, thank you so much for having me. I think that was maybe the best introduction I've ever gotten on a radio interview.
Oh, all right.
I did grow up in music. My dad is a musician. He's worked with some really amazing people, so I grew up in and around music in Texas, and I'm just a little blues baby. I grew up singing every possible place that I could. My dad loved to put me on the piano when I was little and have me sing, so it's been in my body and my blood since before I even knew about it. So it's definitely been a part of my life since I was very, very young.
Now, I've mentioned in your intro that you work with some big names in the business, such as T.I., Young Jeezy, Lloyd, and Sean Paul. What was your biggest obstacle getting started with your music career?
I think for most independent artists starting out, the biggest obstacle is money. It's expensive to have a career in this industry, the recording, the working with the right producers and getting in front of the right people, all of the products that you have to have in order to be visible. It's expensive, but at the same time, while it was a big obstacle, I was extremely blessed to have national sponsors from my very first independent album. So I've been really luckier than most, I think, because I think that's definitely the biggest hurdle. There's a ton of talent out there, but if you don't know how to get it out and how to make yourself visible, it makes it almost impossible to be seen and heard. I have an amazing management team that helps me take care of all of that. I wouldn't be here without them.
So it's more expensive. Money is an issue for indie artists because you don't have the big record label to provide everything for you. It's more of a hustle, right?
Exactly. You definitely have to be able to grind really, really hard if you're going to be a successful indie artist, because you don't have that $1.3 million advance coming at you.
Right.
Yeah, you have to get really creative with how you approach everything. It's a very street way to get it done, but it can definitely be done.
Now, as a curvy girl in the music industry, do you think your size has been an obstacle for your career? And has anyone ever tried to tell you if you looked a certain way, it would benefit your career?
Most definitely. I've dealt with that for a long time. I was a runway model before I was pursuing music professionally. I was very sick. I was anorexic for a long time. It was detrimental to my health. And I just got to a point where I was no longer willing to, sacrifice my body that way in order to fit someone else's ideal. I'm really happy with myself. And not for that to sound as crazy as it does, but I'm really comfortable with me. And I was shocked because in hip-hop and R&B, which is the genres that I perform in, it's actually a bonus. It's a plus for me to be curvy. You don't see very many super skinny, anorexic-looking girls out there on these, tours. They prefer for you to be a bit curvy and a bit, look like a woman. That's what they want to see, and I've been blessed that it's been helpful for me there, because when I was being pursued by pop labels, they definitely wanted me to fall into that Britney Spears mold, and I'm 5'9". I'm never going to be a tiny little size 2. It just would not be healthy. So I like it. I embrace it. My fans seem to love it, and yeah, the crowds aren't complaining. So for right now, it seems to be a benefit.
Wow, that's interesting. In the urban music, curves are a good thing. So
yes.
you're in the right genre of music.
Exactly. So, I fell into the right pocket.
So do you ever dabble into plus-size modeling as well, or are you just sticking to music?
I do. I love to model when I get the chance. It's a nice break from music. I'm versatile. I like to get my hands in to as much as possible just because I am a self-professed workaholic. I don't hardly ever sleep. So anytime I can be busy doing something that I love and inspiring other people, that's the best for me. I don't want some other girl, young female, to go through what I went through with an eating disorder and struggle and know that they got to know that it's totally fine to be comfortable in your body and really embrace your curves. And I love anytime I get to do modeling like that, it just sets me on fire in a whole different way than music. So I try to do that as much as possible, as much as my music career will let me.
Now tell us about your upcoming CD, Addicted, and what kind of music can we look forward to on it?
Addicted is my first industry album. I did an independent album a couple years back, and it did really well. So we're on to the big industry album now, which is exciting. Addicted it's a blend of definitely R&B and hip hop. It's very focused in genre, and I've gotten to work with some really amazing producers like Jalen 2010 and DJ Fever. He's over in the UK. So we're just really blessed with the talent that's, joining me on this album has really been exceptional, and I'm very excited for the project. The first singles just recently started rolling out, and we're getting a lot of love, so I feel really blessed on this project.
So when you say this is your first industry CD, what does that mean?
That means it's the quality of the producers you're working with. We're going to be working with major labels on distribution and major producers who are industry signed. Basically, everyone that's working on the album is signed to a label or signed to distribution or signed as a writer. It just makes it's a more widely distributed album. It's a higher quality album, and it's more widely distributed. This is it's a global album, so we're distributing globally versus just nationally or regionally. So it's a lot bigger, which is
okay.
Good.
Now, I saw on your website you have a 2011 tour coming up. Do you know any of the cities you'll be performing at yet, or is it too soon to give that information?
We don't have all of them locked in. I know that we will be starting in the South. I think we're starting like in the Atlanta, Miami, Orlando area. We don't have the dates and cities locked in order yet, but I know that I believe the first 6 weeks of it will take place like down in the southeastern region. So I'm very excited to go back down south, which is where I toured with T.I. So I'm excited to go back to where it all started, really.
So whenever your dates are locked in, then your website will be updated with the current information.
Absolutely. As soon as the dates are all scheduled, because we're looking at possibly doing a European leg to the tour as well. So as soon as they have that all broken down, it'll be on the very first page of the website, so people will see it as soon as they log on.
Now, I know you're very busy, and music is just one of the things you do, and I read in your bio that you recently did a reality show with Popra for Image Cosmetics, so tell me more about that.
Well, I love Popra. I love working with her. She is an absolute sweetheart. Like, I don't think people would ever think that necessarily to see how she's portrayed sometimes in reality TV, but she's an absolute doll baby. She's one of my biggest supporters, and I'm so lucky to have her in my corner. But we filmed in LA. She's got a new cosmetics line called Image Cosmetics. And I was picked out of 3,000 girls as one of the 12 cover models for 2011. So we got to shoot a calendar and do all this fun stuff in LA. We hosted the reality TV Bash Awards with her. And it was just great. It was a good time. Cameras following us around all over, and I got to work with some amazing girls. Beyonce's drummer, Kim Thompson, is part of it, and Miss Arizona, Brittany Bell. So it was just a really great experience to work with other, like, strong, powerful women, especially Popra being another curvy girl.
Right.
It was just great to see her, in her element and really on top of her game. She is not one to be messed with because she is really about her business. Love her. I can't wait for the show.
Yes, that's my friend, so I definitely know what you're talking about. And also, I read that you were recently on Ruby. Now, what did you do on Ruby's show?
Ruby, the network reached out to us and licensed my music for her show, which was amazing because they got a hold of us about 6 months before the first single even came out. So they're the first major network to show us love on the new album, which is great. As an artist, licensing music to a major network is a huge accomplishment in anyone's career. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, they were great. They had me come out for the filming. And it was nice because I got to see some of my great friends who I've known in the business forever walking the runway and having them walk to my music, and these are girls I've known for years. It was a very surreal moment. But it was great. Ruby was awesome. She was also another curvy girl who's just an absolute doll baby. She's exactly like she is on TV. She's really sweet. She's really Southern. We clicked immediately, I think, just being two Southern girls, and we're both redheads. It was just meant to be.
And speaking of one of your songs, we are going to play one of your songs at the end of this show called I'm a Barbie. Now tell us about the song that we're going to hear today.
Well, the song's been kind of controversial because to hear the title, I think people get the wrong idea, and that's kind of the point. The point is there's a lot of us tall, beautiful, curvy women out there who are complete Barbie dolls in our own right, but we break that traditional mold of being a Barbie. You don't have to be platinum blonde with plastic everything head to toe and a size 2 to be, a Barbie girl. I love hair and makeup. I'm a girly girl all day long. So the song for me is really just about breaking down those stereotypes and embracing being a real woman, what a real woman looks like, what our bodies are like, and really loving every part of it. I get pretty detailed in the lyrics about, how specific it is for me, and that's just been my experience in the business. As you know, everyone's constantly calling me a Barbie, so I figured I'd embrace the title in a new way and give some other girls the confidence to step up to that, that title as well. It doesn't have to be about being platinum and plastic.
All right, so we're reclaiming the word Barbie for women of all shapes and sizes.
Yes, ma'am, most definitely.
Now, do you have anything else coming up that we could be on the lookout for?
I do. I have new singles coming out all through summer off the album, so it's going to be just it's a really exciting time in my career, and I'm so happy to have so many fans and promoters like you who are willing to embrace the album and the music and the opportunity for us to speak about it. So there's going to be new singles coming out this summer. We're working with some amazing producers in the UK who have lent their hand to the album, and I'm really excited for everyone to hear those. So everyone can get those on iTunes. iTunes.com/Giselle Grayson is where all of my singles will be, and ultimately the album once it's finished.
And what's the main website where we can find out the tour dates?
My official site is GiselleGrayson.com, spelled just like it sounds, the French way. And yeah, you can literally, like the first titled single of the album is Google Me. You can Google me and find wherever I'm at. There's 86 pages of me on Google. You can find my website anywhere, I promise. You won't not be able to find
pages.
it.
You've counted the pages on Google.
I haven't, but luckily I have a PR team that lets me know where I'm at.
That's awesome.
So yeah, we're up to 86. It's a good feeling.
Well, thank you so much for being on the show. And like I just mentioned, we're going to play your song at the end of the show, I'm a Barbie, and I'm really excited to let all the curvy girls hear your song and be exposed to who you are. So thank you for being on the show.
Well, thank you for having me, Shanice. It was such a pleasure. I love your show, and I'm definitely going to keep listening and tell all my fans where they can check it out since they love us curvy girls.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for having me, and I'm a Barbie is hopefully going to be the new curvy girl anthem for 2011.
Well, all right. Well, we're going to definitely follow your career, so let me know whenever something else comes up.
Thank you, darling. Take care, and all you do, stay blessed.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And last on the show, but definitely not least, is Marie Denee. Experience in retail for over 10 years, working in various retail stores as a stylist, fashion expert or assistant manager, Marie Denee lassoed her life experiences, both studied and learned, to bring her dream into fruition. While working in retail, she observed the lack of fashionable options, the contemporary, high fashion, impeccably fitting, high quality fits that work for a woman's curves. Marie Denee dedicated her master's to research what was available and who was available in the plus-size industry to answer our plea. Thus, the Curvy Fashionista was born. Since the launch of the Curvy Fashionista, Marie Denee has interviewed some of the industry's leading designers, models, and pioneers, as well as championed the latest fashion trends, entertainment news, and body image issues within the plus community. And it's my pleasure to welcome friend of the show, Marie Denee. Hi, Marie.
Hey, Shanice, how are you?
I am fabulous. Thank you for being on the show. Now,
thank you for having me.
So much has happened since you've been on the show. Like, you have something new pop up every day, I swear. Now, your blog is very popular, and you have kind of transitioned from a blogger into a blogging expert, and you've been speaking places and on panel discussions. So tell us some of the latest events you've had a chance to participate in.
It feels so weird, like, just, like, you know, to say, oh, I've done all this stuff. But,
girl, you better say it.
Well, let's see. I just was on the retail camp panel, the blogger camp panel, which was amazing, put on by Fashionably Marketing Me. I mean, I sat next to some of the people whom I look up to, who are bloggers, fashion bloggers, who really I've kind of looked up to them and trying to figure out, you know, kind of creating my own path. I am wrapping up my campaign with Chevy as their Fashion Cruzearati.
Right.
And what have I been doing? And right now, just kind of prepping for Full Figure Fashion Week. I'm the fashion and style editor for Plus Model Magazine.
Well, yeah, you got a lot going on, so we're going to break down everything in detail. But the thing I was so excited about with you is a lot of the things that you're doing is mainstream, like you're crossing over from doing just plus-size things, like that panel you were on. That wasn't a plus-size event. That was like the big wigs of blogging, right?
Yeah, yes, it was. And so, like, I was sitting next to Bag Snob, Fashionista, Society Stylist, the coveted Style Section LA, like, geek.
And so these are, like, the biggest bloggers in fashion, and you're on the same playing field with them now. So that's, like, awesome. You have really built a brand for yourself around the blog. So besides blogging, you also do image and wardrobe styling. Now tell me a little bit about that and the services you can provide.
So as time permits for me, like, I've been very fortunate to, you know, work with women, you know, on referral, you know, one-on-one, and I go into their closet and kind of tear it apart and, you know, break it down and build it back up, and then kind of give them the tools to work to kind of build their wardrobe so that, you know, they are, you know, curvy and confident and chic and be able to walk around with confidence and feel amazing. It's interesting because, like, as I'm doing more, it's playing around and fitting things into the schedule that will allow for things to happen. But for right now, like, for me, I'm definitely working. I have a few clients that I work with one-on-one, going to their house and, you know, kind of with a girlfriend approach, a little bit more relaxed and laid back. So, because, you know, anything, like, it's interesting how your confidence can be so closely tied to your wardrobe.
Right.
And it's really kind of like that rebuilding process. For some people, it's a whole lot to clean out their wardrobe, to really let go of certain things. So it's like, okay, I'll allow you to keep that piece, but you have to give me this one.
Okay. So you force people to get rid of things like on the Hoarders TV show?
With a lot more love.
And so, okay, so you're doing the image and wardrobe styling when time allows, as you say, and you are now the fashion and style editor for Plus Model magazine. So what kind of things that you have you been contributing to Plus Model magazine?
So I do some of the style guides. I kind of bring in, different perspectives. It's all about bringing in, additional perspectives of fashion. So, there's multiple layers, especially now within the plus-size community. When I was asked to come aboard, for one, I was, elated, beyond geeked, because, Maddie asking, hey, she sees something that I'm doing, I'm extremely humbled. For me, I have a very pointed perspective, and to be able to bring that and share that to the magazine, I think only adds more. We all have our different styles and tastes, and so to kind of bring that in addition to the modeling and the community, the fashion aspect, I feel is a really amazing opportunity.
So everything that you're doing, even though it's different projects, it still all relates to fashion. So everything is in a way connected, everything that you do.
Right. And I think it kind of helps me stay sane.
How?
I think if I kind of ventured off the beaten path, other things would kind of fall to the wayside. So for me, my focus is very, it's still very pointed, still very clear, and it allows me opportunities to continue to pursue and kind of find different, unearth different designers or retailers or, newness that's coming to the scene in plus-size fashion.
Right, so when you discover a new plus-size designer, you have various ways you could give them exposure through your different people you contribute to and besides your own blog.
Correct.
So your blog is so popular, you are getting opportunities from mainstream companies, and one of them you mentioned earlier is from Chevrolet. Now tell us what you've been doing with Chevrolet.
So recently, at the beginning of the year, I was contacted, or actually the end of last year, I was contacted by them, and they asked me to represent fashion. They chose 6 bloggers. I was their fashion blogger, covering, literally going all across the United States, from New York to San Francisco, back down here to L.A., and I interviewed, did videos from makeup to designers, Carmen Mark-Valvo, Althea Harper, to Igigi, to Love AJ, and we've just done videos, and it's a video type of social media project. So I post them on my site. Then Cruzearati, there's a site there that all the posts, all the videos go to, and it also lives on Chevy's YouTube channel.
So how was it being in front of the camera doing these segments? Because you're, behind the scenes usually. So how was it to be pulled into the spotlight?
It was such a transition. I'm not even going to lie with you. It was very awkward, the first video. And I think, if you kind of watch my very first video down to my current video, you could see I've gotten more comfortable. For me, I am more comfortable actually doing things online, behind the scenes. And so actually doing it, actually going in front of the camera was very hard for, I was like, okay, I could do it. But you think you could do it, but then when it's a production side of things, it's completely different.
The butterflies started kicking in.
Huh?
The butterflies started kicking in.
Oh, my gosh. It was so, because, you had lines, you had action. rather than just talking and having a normal conversation, but then the more that we were able to kind of play around with things, the easier it became, I think, just practice. And now it's a lot more fun, but at the same time, it's still, delivering a specific message.
Now, besides Chevrolet, you're also connected with another corporation. Is it the Microsoft phone?
So while I was in New York for New York Fashion Week, I actually was one of the bloggers chosen to do Microsoft Windows released a new phone, the Windows 7 phone. And so while I was in New York, I tweeted, Facebooked, did everything that I would normally do with my phone, but with that phone. And I kind of gave updates about it, like using it and my experiences with it. Kind of surreal. And I actually have another project coming up quite soon with a major makeup company.
Oh. Well, you go, girl. You're going to have every company on lock after a while.
No.
Now, besides working with these different companies, do you still have your own online boutique?
No, actually, because my blog, like, literally, kind of grew a life of its own, I actually closed that because it's only me. So I was like, okay, I'm not Superwoman, although at times I wish I was. I could not handle and kind of devote the proper time necessary for that. Mm-hmm. So for me, I had to, like, learn my boundaries.
So it's because I saw it said it was coming back soon on the website, so that's not happening. It's not coming back.
Not right now. That's definitely been tabled indefinitely. For me, right now, it's focusing on my blog, on the brand, and the multiple projects that I have my hands in right now.
Right.
So,
and one of the things coming up that I want to talk about is you have an event coming up for Full Figure Fashion Week called the Fashion Crawl. Now tell us first, what is a fashion crawl?
So last year during Full Figure Fashion Week, we did a shopping trip. And it's the exact same thing, but Fashion Crawl just sounds so much more fun. And we had such a blast. It was right up about 30 women. We traveled around New York, going to some of the hot spots in different places. And, to have an escorted shopping trip around New York, especially if you haven't been there, just makes things, like, so much more fun because, you come to New York, you want that experience. You want to know where to shop. And, really I would go to New York and shop. Like, for me, I'm going to go there and shop. And so for that woman who wants to go, Full Figure Fashion Week's Fashion Crawl is an event, to get escorted in, either in kind of in style, to kind of to have your meals provided for you throughout the day, to walk away with amazing gift bags as well as special promotions from the places that are participating. I mean, what more could you ask for?
Right. So it's just a fabulous shopping trip with perks.
Right. Exactly. And all the information for that event can be found at on the schedule at fffweek.com.
And are tickets being sold for that already for the Fashion Crawl?
Yes, ma'am. And it's limited space. It's only for the first 25 women. Only for the first 25.
And so after 25, you're just out of luck.
Exactly.
So you need to hurry up and reserve your spot today.
Yes.
And
yes,
so where are some of the stores that you stop at?
Ooh, I can't say.
Oh, it's a secret?
Yeah.
When you're on the Fashion Crawl, you don't even know where you're going? Is it like surprise?
When you're on the Fashion Crawl, you actually as we're getting on, you will actually know where we are going.
Oh, okay.
Part of it is because they've opened specifically for us. There are specific perks and benefits. I mean, imagine you paying for a trip and somebody randomly pops up because they hear about where the location is, and then they take advantage of all the gifts and the discounts and the benefits. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So it keeps things very exclusive.
Oh, okay. Now, do you have anything else coming up we can be on the lookout for? I know you have an ebook coming out.
Yeah, so I finally did it. Like, I've been kind of going back and forth with, I actually just announced on my blog today that, all the information that I have. I do have an ebook coming out. It's called Keeping It Curvy, Confident, Chic, and it's an introduction to the fabulous world of plus-size fashion. So this is more so, the book is more so geared to the new fashionista, the budding curvy fashionista. You know, some women who are, you know, just coming into plus size, those who are trying to figure out, who want more than just some of the mainstream brands and kind of want to step their style up a notch. This is more like an introduction, teaching you about the environment of plus size fashion now, because what it was 5 years ago or even 3 years ago is not the same today. Mm-hmm. And so it's kind of showing you kind of how to maneuver, what to expect when you're shopping these different designers, because no designer is created equal in plus size fashion. And so it kind of breaks those things down. It also, you know, I have images to kind of help illustrate what you're looking for. So if I, you know, reference, you know, quality, I'm showing you where to look on items. You know, we're talking about, you know, when you're, you know, we kind of get, some areas get real deep. Some areas, you know, we're talking about some of the generalities. But it's kind of like a handheld, you know, kind of introduction, welcoming you into the world of plus size fashion. It's also a good, you know, for someone who's just been like, oh, okay, I always wear these designers. But then you're like, there may be something more out there. This is that book for you. And as an e-book, it makes it very easy to travel. So, like, let's say you're out shopping, you're like, wait a minute, I knew I needed to update my wardrobe, and I know I needed these certain staples. Like, if you when you buy the book, like, you can easily pull it up from where, you know, your reader, whether it's your smartphone, your iPad, or whatever, you're able to reference it right away.
Well, I'm excited, and I can't wait to get my copy. I know it's going to have a lot of good information in it. And let everybody know your official website to keep up with you and everything you have going on.
So you can catch me at thecurvyfashionista.net or thecurvyfashionista.mariedenee.com. You can hit me up on Facebook. I'm at the Curvy Fashionista, or on Twitter at mariedenee.com. And so, and it's me that you're talking to. So if you ever have, like, any random questions or just want to share information, please feel free to stop by. Like, the more the merrier. Makes me smile.
Well, thank you for being on the show. It's always a pleasure. And keep on doing the positive work that you're doing.
Thank you. Well, thank you so much for having me. Like, I you know, it's always like, when you're so used to promoting everybody else, I think it's just a very humbling feeling to, you know, have someone be like, hey, Marie, you're over there busy. So thank you.
Well, thank you, and keep me posted on everything you got going on, girl.
Oh, I will. Thank you so much, Shanice.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
All right, babe.
Bye. And don't go anywhere, because I am going to have a Plus Model Radio exclusive, I'm a Barbie by Giselle Grayson. But before I play the song, I want to thank all of my fabulous guests this evening. You are all fabulous. Tune in next week, and we'll have more Plus industry professionals with stories to not only inspire you, but to keep you connected with the curvy community. And if you're interested in advertising on our show or being a guest, visit the website at plusmodelradio.com. And if you haven't already, don't forget to join the Facebook fan page on facebook.com/plusmodelradio. I've been your host this evening, Shanice Lewis. Thank you for tuning in and supporting. Until next time, keep thriving in your curves and be blessed. And this is the Plus Model Radio exclusive of I'm a Barbie by Giselle Grayson. Enjoy.
Too thick for juicy jeans, I rock House of Dairy on. Ain't got no shame on me, boy, I got what you want. You wanna step to me, go ahead, I'll take you on. I'm here to change the game, we don't need another platinum blonde. I'm a Barbie, but I break the mold. No plastic parts on me, no silicone. I'm a freak in the sheets, but I'm down in the streets, so my basket head to toe. I'm a Barbie, and I'll stop the show. Yeah, I'm a Barbie, yeah, I'm a before. I'm sexy, sassy, sweet, but I'll touch you up head to toe. They stop and turn their heads everywhere I go. So many curves on me, my body's like a danger zone. I'm a Barbie, but I break the mold. No plastic words on me, no silicone. I'm a freak in the sheets, but I'm down in the streets with my bad bitch, that's the toe. I'm a Barbie, and I'll start the show. Now roger that.